all we need to do is trust in Jesus. And if I may, if we move on to chapter 5, while we were enemies of God, Jesus died for us. That's the theme, I guess. Tobias, verse 1, chapter 5, verse 1. Therefore, since we've been justified through faith, we have peace with God. What does that mean, to be justified by faith?
Justification is a legal term that just simply means to be declared right. It's the idea that God is applying to our spiritual deficiency, our spiritual bankrupt account, his righteousness. So a good pastor back in the States, he once gave this analogy of a young lady who was taken to court because she had gotten caught speeding. And so she stood before the judge, and the judge said that you owed 100, let's just say pounds, not dollars. She owed 100 pounds. And the judge told her, like, you either pay the fine or you go to prison. So she looks at the judge and she's like, I don't have 100-pound fine and I don't want to go to prison. And she starts crying. And what the judge does is that he steps off of the podium, takes off his robe, and he goes down, puts on a jacket, stands next to the young lady, takes out his checkbook, and he writes 100 pounds, gives it to the lady. And then he goes back on the podium, puts back on his robe, and he says, now, you know, the fine that you have to pay is 100 pounds. You have 100 pounds for this fine. She gives him 100 pounds, and the judge says, debt is paid. And that's the idea of justification by faith, is that Christ paid the penalty. He paid our debt that we couldn't pay, and he applied that to our account. So that way we stand before God, the judge, as just